it's Peggy from Creative Scraps, and I just wanted to do a quick video to show you a little bit more about the 4x4 tiles that I had posted on Facebook, and we'll be doing a blog post about that pretty soon. Over at apieceofcraft.com, which is Marion Smith, she is hosting a charity event, and the challenge was for everyone who would love to participate around the world to send in 4x4 tiles of a miniature piece of art, and we're all going to send them to Marion Smith and at the Prima office, and they're going to put it together as one big collage. They might get 2 or 3 collages, and the collages will be auctioned off, and the highest bidder will get that piece of artwork, which I thought was very cool. And we get to help out Reese's Rainbow and for a special needs charity fundraiser, which, you know, as I was making these tiles, I really thought about, you know, the children and how hard it is for them, and also for an adopted couple who wants to adopt a child, and sometimes life is really hard. And so this was great. This is a part that I could I can't go there and be a part of it, but I could share in this part of it. So this is not one of the tiles. This is just an extra tile that I was working on. I just put it there for the camera. As you can see, my workspace is still messy, because after I made my artwork tiles, I decided, oh, I need to make some more. So I'm going to show you one by one. This is the first one. This is called Love. And the papers I used was from 7 Gypsies. It was this paper with the butterflies on it. I cut off the name, so I have no idea. Magpie. So the magpie. So magpie, which is, this is part of the other half a piece of paper, and it has the green, which is like earth tony, and then the back of this is like book text, which I love. So I covered my piece of chipboard with the scrapbook paper from 7 Gypsies, and then I first started with sponging the edges. I'll do it on this one. This is an extra tile. I dipped it into brushed corduroy first, and I just did a light sponging around, and then to give it a little bit more depth and a little bit more yellowing, I did walnut stain and then brushed corduroy again over the whole surface. And I really concentrated on the dark on the sides, and I wanted it to look like it was in my, you know, your grandmother's attic, and you found it in a box, and it was just gorgeous. So here is the Love one, and this is a Martha Stewart punch. So all the papers, everything is 7 Gypsies except for the black on the wings and the bird. That is from Graphic 45, and so I tried to stay in the same color tone, and I used brown StazOn ink to edge the letters to give it a little bit of a vintage feel. This is a Sizzix leaf scroll punch die cut, and these flowers are actually from Petaloo. They're the Color Me Crazy white flowers, and so what I did is I took Frost Tattered Mist, I took Sunflower Yellow, and I also took Coffee Shop. And you'd be amazed that these 3 colors colored those white Petaloo flowers, and in such a creamy, rich tone, but it gave it sparkle. And then of course I added vintage buttons that I've collected. I'm a big flea market, shabby chic, country, rustic person, and I've been collecting antique buttons. These actually I collected in California when I lived there for 7 years. So there's this tile, which is Love. And then the next tile I want to talk about is my bird tile. And this is the bird cage, Tim Holtz cage bird die. I cut the bottom off of it, and then pop dotted it off the chipboard, and then added peat moss, which my friend Lynn gave me, and because I needed it and I didn't have any with me. And then my friend Lynn is Lynn Forsythe, and she has the blog called The Next Best Thing. She is so into seam binding and dyeing it, and so she used re-inker mixture and did a little seam binding for me and stuck it on when I wasn't looking, and I came back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. So Lynn had her hand in it too. And again, Martha Stewart Punch. These little rolled roses are just rolled, and they're very little. And I did these with dried marigold and honey, wild honey, rusty hinge, and shabby shutters, and then brushed corduroy over them. Love it. And then I took a little piece of the scrap and I rolled it up like the bird was sending a note to the orphanage. So that's just, that's how I roll. That's how I think. And then the first one that I did was this one. And we got the Tim Holtz dress form die, what is it, Sew Me or So, in at the store, but I haven't bought one yet. But my friend Lynn had shared some die cuts with me, and I had them with me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this. I love this paper. So I liked it because it looked like newspaper, and that was on the Seven Gypsies paper, and I can't show you because the last piece of paper I bought, I used it again on this die. And what I did is because I didn't have the die cut, usually I glue the paper to the chipboard, then cut it out from the die cut. But what I did this time is I took glue and put glue all over this, and on the back side of my pattern paper, I just glued it down and then wait for the glue to dry, and then I just trimmed it out with my scissors. And I didn't really worry about if it was perfect because I sanded the edges and inked all the edges, and I did cut off the little pedestal. I cut that off, and with that die cut comes the spool. And so I did the same thing. These were already pre-cut for me, so I just glued some paper on them, traced them out, cut them out, sandpapered it, inked it with all the same inks I used for everything. And the wings are graphic 45 paper. This is still the Seven Gypsies paper. This is graphic 45 paper, and it's in the Romance collection, I believe. And I glued and cut out, so that's a little different. But I inked the edges for this, and then this is graphic 45's letter alphabet. And I liked how what I did is to give it a little bit more depth, I pop dotted the L, and the F and the Y are straight down onto the chipboard. And then this is some seam binding, and this is Tim Holtz little safety pins. So I just love it. And my new thing that I like now is liquid pearls, which I've never used them. I bought them. I've never used them from Ranger. So I used that on all four of the pieces. Now my last tile that I want to share is this tile, and I'm hoping I'm not out of frame. If I am, I'll have to redo this. But this chipboard tile is the egg paper from Seven Gypsies, and it's just how it happened. I actually went in and looking in my stash in my studio room, and I have these Life Journeys from K & Company. I said Life Treasures on Facebook, but it's Life Journeys, and I bought them, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I've had them in a tote, and I pulled it out, and I said, you know what, I want to put some metal to keep with the theme. I wanted to put some metal to match the safety pins. And so I put that over the egg, and I went, oh my gosh, I love it. And then this is some vintage lace that I had gotten at an antique store, and so I put that on there. Oh my gosh, absolutely positively loved it. Again, Tim Holtz thimble, my rolled roses, and that's it. So this is the four that, excuse my mess here. my four tile pieces, and I'm so excited to mail them out. I'm going to mail them out this weekend to Marion, to the Prima company, and I'm excited to see everyone's photo 4x4 tiles. The reason you're not seeing me today is because I had another procedure done today to see why my stomach hurts so much, and it was a gallbladder procedure, and so I've been laying in a very narrow bed for 3 hours, and I'm just now getting coffee at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I would normally have showed my face, but no, you don't want to see me right now. I have no makeup on, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I need a cup of coffee. But I really, really wanted to showcase the 4x4 tiles and explain what I did a little bit for them. I might even go ahead and show, I'll show you some other tiles that I have already started. These, I do not know if they're going to go to Reese's Rainbows charity thing. Who knows? I'm the type of person, I might throw another whole set in, but this one I made because I liked them so much I wanted to make them for myself, for my living room, because these are my colors. This one's not done yet, so these are works of art in progress. They're not done yet. Now this one I did late one night, and it's okay. I personally don't care for it, but I'm my worst critic. But I wanted to put some of the antique lace in, and I wanted to make a little house and some more of the mail. And this is kind of like, I don't know, like I was either thinking a tree or like a roofing, you know, hanging down. I'm actually going to think about hanging some charms off that. And then I popped out a butterfly from the same butterfly, and I did little book pages on the chipboard. So we'll see. This one's not thrilling me, but I'm actually really liking this size. Marion, you're a genius to think about the 4x4 size. It's actually makes you really create outside the box and think about, you know, you have this little size. But anyway, so I just wanted to share my little 4x4 tiles, and I'm so excited to be a part of this, and I'm praying for the orphanage, and I thank you, Marion and Prima, for putting all the tiles together when you get them, and that will be a challenge in itself, and I'm excited to see the product at the end. So again, this is Peggy Lee, and thanks for watching. Bye.